Inboard wheel. That's the thing.
Keep evolving.
Hey everybody, welcome to a live stream. We are in the same place. Look, I can touch Kate.
It's a lie. I'm not really here. I'm virtual.
Turn your heated
No,
jacket
no,
on.
no, I'm already warm. I'm too hot already. Stop it. Stop.
Hey
Jesus,
everybody.
that was warm.
Was it warm?
Yeah, like half a second after you press it, I'm like.
Okay.
Actually, I might
My
even take
jacket
it off.
doesn't warm up that quickly, it
Your-
must be said.
Your jacket is somewhat older than mine.
But I do have the wonderful Sky here, who is enamored with Kate, and so this is an impromptu live stream, very poorly filmed because this camera is not designed to do two people, and you get to see more of the chaos that is the TE studio. At least this is off camera, although look at this. Isn't that cool? I just got a new sucky thing for sucking my filament.
I'm not sure we should talk about that.
So I just bought an iBoss filament thing. It's for
We're already having trouble with YouTube, and now here you are talking about things sucking your stuff, and
no, you put look. So okay, look, I'll show you. This is so that your filament doesn't get moisture. So you put your filament on here like this, see, and then you press the button, and it makes whir noise. We just broke by. By. No. And the little voice going.
it's great just watching her, watching Vi's shoulders,
Yes.
like shaking, trying to be quiet.
Mm.
You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I hit you on the head.
No.
All right.
So, how have you been, Kate?
We've been reviewing a thing.
Yeah. A pickup truck. That
I love pickup trucks. I am such a truck girl. You just don't really get to see it most of the time.
I mean, show the cameras what you're wearing.
Well, I can't. Hello.
Yeah, very pickup trucky.
Yeah.
I'm wearing jeans and a t-shirt because that's what real farm girls wear.
She said wear your most pickup truck clothing, and this is basically my most pickup truck clothing.
It's almost Daisy Dukes.
Yeah,
Not quite.
Yeah, if I should get some Daisy Dukes.
Hello. Do you want to be part of it as well? This is a very well chewed toy that Ghost wants to have part on. So just so that you know, I live in a 2,000-ish square foot house, and right now, every creature that is alive inside this building is in this room, which is one of the smaller rooms in the house. So it's going to get hot very quickly. I'm looking at the temperature is already 26 degrees.
Oh dear.
And we're at the front of the house with heat.
Yeah.
That's very Tello pickup truck clothing.
It is, and no plaid, Chris, because unfortunately the plaid that I have that would go with this is in the wash, and I couldn't wear green with this.
And I actually have plaid that I could have worn and decided not to, but I did keep my hair down. I did not wear my hat.
No.
I normally wear a cap with that, but yeah, we were basically reviewing the F-150 Lightning. Again.
Third time? Fourth?
So the first time, obviously, we filmed it when it was brand new. Then this is a 25 model year, but they've now brought out the 26s, which means it's late.
So we'll get it again.
We'll get it again.
Probably towards the end of 26, because that's when they come to the West Coast.
And we just got an email saying, would you like a vehicle to review? And
I'm so excited. It's amazing.
It's another big, large vehicle. It's another big, large vehicle. But I think I don't want to kind of preempt the conclusion that we came to on this review, because I thought it was a very good review.
I think it is. I think we were fair. And actually, like, I don't want to preempt the conclusion about the other big large vehicle because, like, it can be a big large vehicle that is good. We have had those.
Yes.
It can also be a big large vehicle that is terrible. So we'll find out which. It's always fun. Sometimes it's grumpy.
I've been incredibly grumpy for the last 2 days, and I apologise to everybody at TE and everybody in the Discord. My brain has just been because we just got back from LA.
And
From the Bolt.
Tired.
And I'm very tired.
You're a tired bunny.
And my
doggo.
beloved is currently away on a work trip, so we saw each other literally for 2 days. Did someone let my rooster out?
Not intentionally.
Because that sounded like Charlie was right downstairs. He's not wandering around the yard, is he?
I think it's down that way.
Yeah, I think it's... Countryside living, all together again. Oh, together again, yes. So Kate came down from where you live to where I live to film with the truck, and then next week you're coming back down again.
Yes.
Because we have a very nice vehicle to review.
I'm actually really, like, genuinely intrigued by this vehicle.
I mean, I've driven it once before.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been around them.
I actually got to ride in one of the prototypes. I'm not going to say which vehicle it is. People are just going to have to... We'll find out who the real fans of TE are. So it's a vehicle that I have been down to see and interviewed someone at the company. Mm-hmm. It's a vehicle whose factory I visited.
Yes.
And it's a vehicle whose prototype I have ridden in. And whose vehicle I have driven at a launch event.
Yeah.
But for some reason it's taken them many years to get us the vehicle to review.
You are definitely ahead on driving the prototype vehicles because I've only driven one and it's incredibly rare because they went bankrupt.
Is the test vehicle going to be an EV9? We've already driven the EV9.
Mm-hmm.
We liked the EV9.
Yeah.
It's actually the only large vehicle that Kate actually didn't mind so much.
Yeah, like if you need a big SUV or I suppose a mid-size SUV in American terms. Yeah.
No, I think that does class as the size of a small English country.
A small English country.
Is the vehicle little? Is the vehicle Frankie? You mean the one that we're going to get next week? Yes. You're finally going to review the E-Cascadia. Oh, that would be good. Vi, would you like to review the E-Cascadia?
The van?
No.
That's the semi.
We can't drive it.
No. See,
I mean,
it's always the practical one.
if they arrange for us to have track day with it.
I mean, I've driven a Volvo big rig before.
Yeah.
On a track day. That was fun.
I've never driven anything over like. What's the limit in the UK? 3.5 tons, I think. 3.5 tons is my limit so far.
What do you think, baby? Would you like to drive the big truck? Would it be good? You don't like trucks, do you? No.
Would Sky vomit on me like Pepper did?
So both of my border collies are much more travel sick than previous dogs have been. So take where Pepper was and add it a lot.
We are not doing any reviews together, are we? No, because Kate likes her clothes without vomit on.
Yes. Is that our E-Cascadia different from Mercedes E-Actros? Yeah, they are different. All right. So yeah, we've been busy. We've just got back, and I obviously today is an impromptu live stream. Sorry we didn't announce it because we didn't know when we were going to be finished. But we had to film the review today, and then next week we're going to review. We're doing the same thing next week.
Yeah, is it Tuesday as well?
It'll
yes,
be
it is
Tuesday next week
I've
as
got
well.
a night shift. Yes.
So next week we'll do the same thing. It'll probably be impromptu, but just a reminder: through the months of September and October, we're doing live streams to try and get us to get people to join up and support the channel. Because why, Kate?
Because why? Mostly because we're awesome and you should support us because we are, in fact, an amazing independent channel that it's pretty rare at this point in time that you have a channel that doesn't take sponsorship and that, you know, actually gets to tell you what we think of vehicles and not what's on the nice script that they provide.
Yeah.
But also YouTube sucks. That's the other reason.
And also, like, when a company does offer to cover our expenses,
It's nice if they pay.
we've still not been paid. We are $7,000 out of pocket right now, and I'm starting to panic a little bit about it. And several people have offered, like, we can help you out, and I'm like, that's great. But at the same point, I would really like that company to pay our expenses. They are now, I think, a week and a half late. Maybe, which is a shame.
You know who you are, and you're being very naughty.
Especially as the videos involving them have now gone live.
Do we have a goal, Nikki? Do we have a goal?
We do. Our goal is to increase our Patreon support by 20 to 40%. Without kind of giving you exact figures, as I said in the stream last week, when, a couple of years ago, well, a few more years than that, but when YouTube was in its height, the whining you're hearing, by the way, is Mr. Ghost. Ghost, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Ghost. Come here. He's now going to be really coy and roll on the floor and go, no. Mr. Ghost believes that humans' jobs are to play with him all the time. And he does not. Ghost, we're finished. Come here. Come on, up. Yeah,
No, Anonymous Freak, that was not.
That's Mr.
That does happen a lot, but no.
What? That wasn't vibe. No. You want to come up? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oh! This is my big boy. This is Ghost. He is also a border collie, but he is a border collie who thinks that the world exists for play, and play only. And he now looks either freaked out or high, and I'm not entirely sure which. Which is it, baby boy? He's just like, I'm being very communicative. Okay, there we go.
Yes, we need attention.
So
Do we have a goal?
We do have a goal. So when YouTube used to be our primary source of income, we were bringing in between $5,000 and $8,000 a month. Now we're down to under 1,000. So it would be good to make that gap up. Patreon has helped us, but Patreon just about covers payroll, and there's lots of things we haven't upgraded recently. So the cameras, the GoPro cameras, are, how old are they?
What, your ones? Yours are 8s.
No, I think mine are 9s.
Are they
They're
9s?
about 5 years old.
9s. Mine are 5s. And I still have 2 SJ Cam Pro 8s.
And they've now started to misbehave. So
Mine just stops recording.
yeah, we sometimes have a camera that just stops recording mid-cycle, and being able to do that, is important. Jasper's right. He's correct. The world exists to throw balls. That is true. Or in Ghost's case, squidgy toys. Whereas Sky is more of a she's all about cuddles, aren't you, baby? Yes, she's the quiet one until she's outside, and then she's chasing her brother. And this is important as well. Can't personally afford much, but I will always do my best to promote you. Thank you. And that's the important thing. If you can't financially support us, watching our content, sharing our content, interacting with us on Patreon, Mastodon, and all of that good stuff is still possible. And there are still free memberships that you can take out on Patreon. Obviously, that doesn't affect our income all that much, but it all helps. YouTube is now... How do we put this? Did you watch Fran's video?
I would say go watch Fran's video.
Do you all know who Fran is from Fran's Lab? Fran is a very established electronics tinkerer. Would that be a good way of referring to her? I
think so, yeah.
She has been making YouTube videos I think probably longer than I have. And she did a video a couple of days ago about how YouTube is now blocking queer and trans creators. And it's not it's not good. I can tell you, for example, that we did a video last week that had under 1,000 views in a week, which that's like that's quitting time for YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And I have a couple of not main accounts. So I purposely watch YouTube off main, partly because I don't want people to watch Transport Evolved content and go, oh, Transport Evolved likes this weird video, you should go watch it. Partly for, you know, personal reasons, and partly for just work home. But it's also a great way of me making sure that I am subscribed to TE and I make sure that our content shows up in our feed, and it hasn't been.
No, I mean, like, I inconsistently get it on my personal channel, on my personal account.
Right.
Because that's where I don't actually watch, I'm going to say something terrible, but I don't actually watch that much YouTube anymore, which is probably part of the problem. But that's because I have, like, 4,000 other jobs, and they occupy all my time.
You have 2 jobs and a job that doesn't pay you. How about that?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm employed. Like, I own a company. I know someone else. Hang on a minute. So, do you not have a job?
I don't pay myself.
Because if we're counting paying as the cutoff, that she's just lazy. She doesn't have a job at all. She's just hanging out here.
Yeah. But anyway, YouTube is not paying us really through ad revenue anymore, and it's yeah, I'm sorry, did great. This was unplanned. I mean, we said last week we would do a live stream after we finished filming, but because Kate lives a sizable distance away and we don't always know how long the filming is going to take, so today we went up a road and it was closed and we had to turn around and come back.
Yeah. Like, what you see in the videos for our reviews is a genuine conversation, because we try not to talk to each other too much about what we think of a vehicle.
But then we'll be driving along and going, ooh!
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see that Alfa Romeo, Vi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Vi saw the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, and that happens in the middle of a sentence, and we're both a little bit spicy, so that means that we go, oh, look, let's talk about the Alfa Romeo for 3 minutes, and then, oh, crap, no, we're doing a review. Oh, I just swore.
I don't know, was that spy shirt, that spy
the camouflage.
Which we
prototype?
think is a Genesis. If you're in Portland, keep your eye open for a Genesis EV prototype that's driving around all camouflaged like.
Thank you, did great.
Also, all of your content, especially 10, is deeply appreciated. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I don't really talk about 10, but you have had to do it on occasion.
Oh god, it's horrific.
So how it works,
like the stuff of nightmares when I
how
do
it works is like this. I start working on 10 on a Wednesday evening. After I've done my normal day work, I start queuing up all of the stories. Then on Thursday, before our production meeting or our stand-up, we use stand-up. It's basically a production meeting. We have a stand-up every day. Thank you very much, did great. I appreciate you. Thank you. We do a stand-up, and I then have to tell Erin what the main stories are going to be for 10. So I have to know by like 9:30 on a Thursday. Then I go into ordering the scripts. Now, there are between 50 and 70 stories in a 10, and I have to concatenate that down into like 50 to 60, and my hair is looking like a mess. And I'm feeling really self-conscious today. Please forgive me. I am very tired, and I'm very neurodivergent today, so I'm very distractible. Where was I? Right, so I make all of the stories, I order the stories, and then I make the script. And then by the end of the day, before Vi leaves, we film it. Although this week I'm on my own. Vi's not here to help with the teleprompter. And sometimes, rare occasions, I do it in one take, like I did when I was doing the very, very boring. I was so angry that day. I think my anger helped me do it in one take. And then also I was acting, so like that's one extra level up for me in my performance brain, so that I have to make sure it's perfect. Then we film that by the end of the day on Thursday. Thursday evening we colour it, and I do the audio and we colour it, and then Friday it takes me all day to edit it.
Yes.
Because there are literally hundreds of hours of footage that goes into every tan.
Yeah.
Because I have to basically download all of the B-roll, find the right clips, put them in.
Adjust them so they fit in the green screen bit when you're using that.
Yeah.
It takes like... oh, it takes forever.
And then I have to check it for errors, and then I have to throw it out the door.
And I'm going to say, like, one of the things that I find on the very rare occasions I've done it, and it's been a few years since I've done 10, but one of the things that drove me nuts is because your content isn't, like, when you download content, it's not always the same aspect ratio. So it's not like you can just dump it in and be like, oh, use this, it's going to be that aspect ratio. You dump it in, you're like, oh no, they filmed this in, like, ultra widescreen, and I'm going to have to zoom it and screw with it.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of like fiddly background bits that go in addition to the standard workflow, which is like I mean the standard workflow. It used to be I was around to help with the scripts, but I'm now not around on Thursdays generally because I'm doing other work, or Fridays, but mainly for Thursdays. I used to be at my nursing job, and I could. Like, in downtime, I would go and look for stories, and I would also, like, help with writing shorts.
Well, you'd check that the scripts made sense as well.
Yeah, I'd also just... I'd use my break and read through the script, so that helps. Because when you write something, it's very easy when you're scan reading it to read what you meant to write, not what you actually wrote. And then when you're on reading it from the teleprompter, you're like, that sentence doesn't make any sense.
What car company puts press release footage in 1 second vertical video clips? Oh, there's a long list.
I hate them.
The worst ones are when they put photos up and you reach out and you go, great, you've just announced this new car. Do you have any B-roll? And they go, we have photos. They go, we're a YouTube channel.
Well, and then they go, yeah, here you go. Here's a 640 by 480 JPEG that's highly compressed. And you're like, did you only have a potato handy when you needed to take the photo?
The other one is when they send you their B-roll. Their B-roll is actually an advert.
Oh, yeah.
With text on top. And I'm like, I can't use this. Or it's got copyrighted audio and you go, I can't use this.
Yeah.
Chris has just signed up for Patreon. Well done, Chris. You are going to get our new fancy pants. Can you pull up the artwork on your phone? Do you have it?
No.
Oh, the new artwork is great.
I don't know.
So Kate was asking me why it was spring and why it was autumn.
I was wondering
and
if he
spring.
was being spicy. I was like, is she having a moment?
Right. So the reason it's called our autumn/spring is because it's autumn in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern hemisphere, and I want to be inclusive.
Yes, I realised that when you started explaining it.
Yeah. And there is a spring version. So there's a spring version, and I know it's going to upset people because the spring version has snow in it, right? The autumn version does not have any snow in it. It's got Mount Hood, and Mount Hood does not have much snow in it in the autumn. And then in the spring, there's a bunch of snow on the ground melting, and there's snow in the mountains melting, and there's daffodils and spring flowers around, and someone is going to go, but that's winter, that's not spring. Well, suck it up, because over here in the Pacific Northwest, it's very often we get snow on the ground and we also have daffodils, and I consider daffodils to be spring. Did you literally just put that toy in between your sister's paws and now are moaning at me because you haven't got it?
It's a very hard life being a dog.
Look at this. Look at this. She blaps all the time.
I can't remember when Erin sent that, and thus it is hard for me to find. I do. I have it. I have it. Okay.
You're a good girl.
I can show them a super low res version of it.
All right, go.
Just.
You ready? That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
the one you're getting.
That's the spring one, isn't it? Yes, that's the spring version.
Hang on.
And we will sell both. So yeah, that's what happens with 10. 10 takes basically most of the week.
Mhm.
And normal channels would just do 10. And we do like 2 more videos on the main channel plus Chicken and Sunday.
Yes.
And Ghost, I'm going to ask you to leave if you are going to just whine at me. Because people need to know that you are loved. Okay? And we know this.
Counterpoint, I could look sad on the floor.
Come here, Ghost.
Thank you. Yes, it's fun.
Come here.
Me and Sky are going to play puzzles.
Yes. Yeah.
That's your
So,
favourite game.
The reason I've let them in here, most folks are over on the main channel, yes. There are 2, one for take 2 and one for the main. So the reason the dogs are in here, because I know someone will complain that my dogs are being badly behaved, is because we were out of the house. Yeah, it's a 320 by 240.
Yeah. Sorry. Too old.
So, where are we? Yeah, the reason the dogs are in here is because we went out to film. We were gone for about 2 hours and they guarded the house. They went in their crates. So my wife is not here. She's on a work trip. So normally she'd be around and the dogs would just be chilling out. But they're just in need of some human contact. So, expensive mistake. Oh no! Oh no! Don't worry. It will all end up your honor. All right. So, what have we got coming up on the channel, Kate?
I was like, I think you're looking for something that you want to talk about, so I was going to wait. But next week you can see the next update of Rebecca.
Where Kate drives Rebecca, the electric Morris Minor, down the street and whoops with joy.
That's not exactly what happened.
That's what we can hope happens.
Yeah, let's put a pin in that for the moment.
Kate is very frustrated about said project.
Kate doesn't really have the time for the kind of problems Kate is having.
Or the money right now.
Or the money, because Kate is insane and decided
Kate is
to
trying
set up a
to
company.
launch a business. And do you have investors for that? Helping you? One investor?
I have one.
So this is what I have been making on the Carvera Air. It has not been drilled out yet and it's not been faced. But these are standoffs for the bike. I finally did it. Coming up, Nikki is getting another 3 border collies. I think that is called a divorce. I think that's called a divorce. So we had 3 dogs for a while. We had River the Labrador, and then we had Ghost, and then we had Sky. And my wife let slip the other day that 2 dogs is her limit, really, honestly. Right, Sky? Yeah, 2 dogs is the limit. Yes. Yeah. She does that little thing whenever she licks someone or something. She kind of lifts up her lip a little bit that makes it look like she's snarling, but then she licks. What kind of business are you making, Kate? Are you willing to talk about it?
Yes, I can talk about it. I'm founding a queer press, so we're going to be a queer publisher. And we also will have a small bookshop and a cafe when hopefully next year, spring next year is the aim.
And a charging station, right?
If I can, I would have a charging station, but it's probably going to be a leased property, and putting those in a leased property kind of tricky.
Yes.
Finding a property at all kind of tricky, turns out.
Yes. Yeah, it is. So
yeah,
watch this space.
Yeah. I'll be saying more about what we're doing in December.
And Kate and I are kind of in it for the long run now, right? In the US for now.
So I think this is like,
because we've talked about it, right? We've talked about leaving.
Yeah, we have,
with our respective partners and like.
And look, I moved to the US effectively in 2016. I actually moved in 2015, but I arrived in like December, just before Christmas of 2015. And when I came over here, things looked better here than they did
in England.
In England, in terms of trajectory, not like at that moment, but like the US looked like it was on a better path, and the UK looked like it was going to do Brexit and then jump into the ocean.
And I have a Canadian passport.
Show off. And
which makes it easier for me.
And one of these discussions that I had with my wife in the last actual, like, I think this week, was that discussion about if we do, like, originally when I set up the business, I set it up with the idea that, you know, if things get worse at the end of the day, we can take our stock and we can sod off to another country.
Yeah.
That's doable. But also, like, moving country is actually really expensive.
Yeah.
Even just the fundamental basic things of, like, applying for visas and waiting and not having the ability necessary to work. And when you do try and find work, it's slower because people look at your educational history and your job history and they're like, we don't understand this.
And we've collectively, like, your partner's moved twice.
Yeah.
My partner's moved twice, and we've both moved once. And it's just like, also, I have to apologize to you for being Canadian.
And rude. It's so rude. Yeah, and I am, as we have noticed, a slightly darker shade than my sister here. And I have spent a lot of my life being told that I shouldn't be where I am. Like,
yeah,
you know, I grew up in England being told that I should go back where I'm from, and the usual response for that was, what, Watford? I really don't want to
go back to Watford. No disrespect to people from Watford.
No. Watford is fine. It's just I'm from Hemel and it's better. But you can only tell me to leave so many times before you hit my natural willfulness, and basically I just don't, you know, I don't do what people tell me to do. So I'm here and I'm setting up exactly the kind of publisher that that I want to do and have wanted to do for years, but I think is really important at this point in history.
It's a bit like me in Transport Evolve, right?
That's absolutely the case.
So I've noticed, and I'd love to know your opinions on this. I've noticed ever since we've lent into the IDAGAF, yes, kind of mentality. Did I just say that right?
No.
IDGAF.
You said it right the first time.
You can figure out what that means. I'm not going to say that on a live stream, lest YouTube comes after me even more. But that mentality, since we've kind of embraced that a little bit more on the channel, we've actually seen a growth. Because people are like, oh, you're not apologizing for who you are.
No.
Or the position that you are in.
No.
And I've talked about this before. I think IDAGAF might be a plugin for a decompiler or something. Yeah, probably. I have moved. I have got my Canadian citizenship. I still have my British citizenship and my American citizenship. So I am a real, true tri-national citizen, and that helps me a lot. But at the same point, for me to move to Canada, I would have to support my wife for 6 months without her working, which no, I can't do, because the only reason why Transport Evolved exists is because of all you guys supporting the channel, but also my wife has a good job. It's my wife who puts money away for a retirement. It's my wife who pays the mortgage. I contribute to the relationship and contribute financially, but nowhere near as much as she does. And if she's not allowed to earn, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Plus, we'd lose the whole team, right? Because I couldn't keep giving people a job a long way away. I don't golf in Florida. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's
definitely
the one.
What it stands for. Yes.
Solid policy. People should stop golfing here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I do have to come clean though. I am now a billionaire.
Why is that?
Well, one of my friends gave me $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They are from Zimbabwe.
Oh, $1 billion Zimbabwean dollars. Yeah, that makes sense. Does a triple citizenship means free income taxes? No, because America is the only dumb nation on the... I mean,
America is the only nation that we know of that taxes people who aren't living here for things they're doing in other countries. It's not cool.
It's not cool. And so, you know, there's that. But my wife told me the other day that Canada's wait list to go through the spousal visa sponsor program is now nearly 2 years. So it wouldn't be 6 months, it would be 2 years. So we'd either have to live apart for 2 years, which frankly I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Or I'd have to support my wife for 2 years, which would be like impossible. And at that point we'd have no money to buy a house, and then she wants to retire in 10 years, right? She's older than me. She wants to retire at a sensible time.
We looked, my wife and I, we went to visit. I can't imagine, Jesper. There must be, perhaps it's the weather.
Yes.
Yeah, we went up to Canada last year before, I think, and we were like, oh, it would be nice to live up here. You know, maybe we could look at it. And and then we looked at the price of houses in Vancouver, and in Victoria actually. And both of them is like, well, the house that we have, our like 900 square foot house, yeah, if we sell that, we could maybe go to one of the supermarkets and buy a large cardboard box.
Yeah,
and we could maybe put it on a street corner somewhere.
Right. So for me, having my Canadian citizenship is more about, that's the emergency escape route, right?
Yeah.
The absolutely, I do not want to go back to the UK and I cannot stay in the US.
Why would you not want to go back to the UK? I mean...
Because I need to pee in public sometimes. I don't mean pee in public.
I mean, I generally try and avoid peeing in public.
I need to use public toilets. Yeah.
You know, with walls and doors.
I need to use public toilets once in a while. But yeah, it's kind of...
if you are an occupant of the UK, I would ask you at this moment, totally unrelated to this live stream, to please write to the Home Office and tell them to release the trans woman that they've just put in a male prison for 2 years, because that
it's really interesting,
horrific,
because the newspapers are categorizing her as being the perpetrator of a heinous sexual assault when she just didn't want to tell someone on a first date something that could have led, and has in the past led people to...
I would say that the guy in that situation was extremely deceptive, because he didn't say he was a virulent transphobe who should rot in a hole.
Yes.
And if I'm ever going on a date, I want to know that up front. I'm not going on a date.
I was going to say, because you're married. I was like, I don't know where she's going with this. Oh, okay. So, no, I mean, I'm planning on staying here. And the other thing is, look, we have a home that I live, you have your own home that is, you have a low mortgage,
mm-hmm.
You have a good place that you rebuilt, that you built just for you and your partner.
Yep.
This place is built just for me and my partner, and bless her, my wife, I found out the other day, she told an estate agent that we have who came around to value the house that, yeah, if we have to sell it, Nikki and I will have to move out because Nikki is incapable of keeping an organised home.
Aww.
She meant it in a nice way. She just said, Nikki has ADHD and probably autism, and she doesn't see mess. I don't think my desk is messy. Do you think my desk is messy? I don't think my desk is messy.
I mean, I will say that life with me is like a constant mystery. Because I go into places, I'm like, who the hell put this? Oh, it was me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Why? Where did I put this thing that I had 3 seconds ago? In the bathroom? Did I even go in the bathroom? I have no recollection of this.
Yeah.
It's wild.
So, hello. No, we're still not playing. So Ghost has this thing, right? If it's just me, Ghost will go to sleep. And he'll lie at my feet. And he'll sleep. And if Fire's in the office... If Fire's in the office, he'll do that. And if Kate is here too, and other people are here, well. Ghost, we are finished. Go settle.
Yes, that is correct. Like, Nikki's desk makes me feel better about the state of my desk because both of them are very similar.
So let me see what I have on my desk.
And
right?
I have to clean it off to film, and what you can't see is the other half of the desk.
Yeah. So who doesn't have
Aww.
a first generation iPhone? Actually, is this second generation? It's a 3GS, I think. Second generation iPhone on your desk.
Dinky, look at it. I remember it being massive when I got it. Look at that. Actually, no, let's turn that way just in case. Look at that. Wow.
What else do I have on my desk?
Being huge.
I have solar panels because everyone needs solar panels on their desk. Right? I also have the thing that you made me buy.
I did not make you buy it. I did not pressure you. I got bored of you explaining all the reasons why you should buy it and said just go ahead and buy it.
I haven't actually used it much.
Let's skip the next hour of exposition about why you need it.
But it's a chompy, and it's a special edition pink chompy, which I sometimes play with when I'm bored at my desk.
I need to learn how to use I have a sequencer. I have a little tiny sequencer like that
and then
big.
I have some 18650s because everyone has 18650s.
They're
on
also
their
pink.
desk.
There's a thematic. I can't say anything about pink, can I?
And then I have an iPad that used to have my daughter locked this one out, and now I can't unlock it because she doesn't live with us anymore. And I pinged her about it and said, "Do you still have the password?" She said, "I don't know."
Sadness.
That's your fault, though, by the way, because you asked me about an iPad.
It is not my fault. I asked you if I could borrow one. Thank you to the person who lent us an iPad. It was awesome. It was very helpful.
Who is in the stream, who's watching. It is now here, so they will have to come over.
Yes.
But don't come over and convince me to buy the thing that you have that is for sale locally, because I can't afford another vehicle. And I have some charge boards and some like electronic circuitry. Everyone should have capacitors on their desk and resistors.
I mean, I prefer to keep them in the garage myself.
You don't know when you're going to need them, right?
But your wife does use the garage for woodworking, so I
She does.
understand.
I'm not allowed to keep stuff in the garage. Actually, that's not true. I am allowed to keep stuff in the garage. I just... Oh, is it broken? Damn it.
They're very cheap, those boxes.
They really are. They really are.
I'm going to have to close that now.
What?
So that it doesn't explode.
Where are you thinking of making the shop? There or here? You mean it will be in the US, right?
Yeah, it will be in the city in which I live, which we don't say on the stream because I like to imagine that people aren't just going to dox me.
I mean, people have figured out where you live, mate. But yes.
To be fair, it's largely my own fault because I used to just say it.
And I mean, people know where I live. The same number of people probably figured out where I live. Either that, or people are very friendly when they go past on their bicycle and wave and say hello, Nikki, and they just happen to guess that it's me.
Yes. The problem is like when we started the channel, it was much smaller, or when you started the channel, it was much smaller. But two,
we will naive.
The city that I live in is small enough that people tend to know each other.
Right.
And so, like, I try and avoid announcing where I live.
You owning a very rare electric vehicle for a short period of time probably didn't help.
I mean, the fact our house is incredibly distinctive and is actually on a map of the area.
My house isn't on Google Street View because Google Street View ain't come up here, so I've got that.
So mine is on Google Street View, part done. But it is also like someone drew an art map of the area and included our house on it. So,
LA, it's such a long drive from LA that I don't know how you do it, but you sure get a good road test of those cars. So it's an ongoing joke in TE that I hate LA.
It's not really a joke. You do hate LA.
Okay, what makes you say that I hate LA?
When we have to go to LA, you're in a foul mood for like 2.5 weeks, 3 months beforehand, somewhere in that period. And you strop about it the whole way there. Then when we get there, you say how much you hate it continuously. And then when we're there, like, packing up to leave, you start cheering up. And then, like, when we're like 300 or 400 miles away. You're like, I really hate LA. This is much better. So those are the little tiny hints that you dislike it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those things. But to be fair, we were down in LA when we went down to do the charger interviews. Was that LA?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it wasn't helped by the company that invited us. I think we can talk about them now.
I think we can, but I was just going to say, you were quite sweet about LA because we were taken out for lunch by our nice person that we like.
Yes, but that was in the neighborhood that another dear friend of ours in the EV world lives, and I pinged her and said, hey, we're just down the road from where you live. Do you want to come out and have some lunch? So I was excited about meeting her as well.
Yes, but then you were like, oh, this isn't so bad. But the rest of the time, no.
So the worst trip to LA was when we went down to the battery company.
It wasn't the LA Auto Show?
Oh, the LA Auto Show was pretty bad too.
Where we got abandoned on the street by an Uber?
That was bad.
After they made us take everything out of the car
they
in the
kicked
rain.
us out. It wasn't like we got abandoned. They went, right, you're getting out.
Yes, because our stuff touched the interior of their vehicle.
Oh, God.
It had been raining and we weren't perfectly, like, our stuff was not perfectly clean.
That guy had a big problem.
Yeah, he shouldn't have been driving an Uber.
Yeah.
Especially not picking, like, he drove an Uber X. So
and it was white. The interior was white.
And it was like, why have you chosen this path? This is a stupid path. But anyway, yes, that time, not good.
No, and when we went down to the battery company who said, we'd like you to come down and film with us. And we were like, great. We have a standard policy. If you invite us to film and do an interview, you don't get any editorial control and you have to cover our costs.
Yeah, hotel, food.
So they agreed to cover,
transport.
I think, part of our costs because they balked at the whole thing. And we were like, well, we're going to come down for another thing anyway.
Yeah, we managed to do...
We did like
3 different things on
3
that
or 4
one
different
trip.
things on that one trip. And they said, oh, great, we'll give you a tour of our new research and development facility.
Yeah, that sounded good.
Oh my God. It's battery companies.
Yeah, you can't trust them, clearly.
Oh my God, all of the horrible things that have happened to us have happened with battery companies.
So we get there, we get to this office complex.
Which is actually an incubator within a university.
Where everyone has, like, NDAs and you're not allowed to show anything
And
anyone else is doing.
We parked in the parking lot. That was a complex thing, getting through the gate. Once we got there, we were, of course, wandering up with all of the gear in our camera cases. And Vi is kind of rolling all of the cases, and I've got a case, and was Erin with us, or was it just the 3 of us?
I feel like Erin was there.
I think Erin was on holiday, and she wasn't there.
I can't remember. I do remember you being... My main memory is you being absolutely furious. That is, like, my...
You've never seen me that furious?
Well, I've seen you that furious, but it's quite rare.
And we walk in, and this... How do I describe her without using the traditional word? Because my sister has that name, and I therefore do not want to use that name to associate with her.
I'm sorry, but that is the word that...
That is the word. Forgive me, Karen. This Karen type lady walks in, whose name was not Karen, who was the administrator for the building, who was very upset with us because we were bringing camera equipment in, and we're like, we've been invited by this company, name of company. And she tried to get us kicked out initially.
Yeah. And then she was like, well, have they cleared it with anyone? No, they haven't. And we're like, well, that's not our job.
Yeah.
We get invited.
She said, do you have... And then we had to prove that we had press. Oh, my God. They wanted liability.
Yeah.
They wanted to see our liability certificate. So I had to then get on the phone to our insurance broker. And I just want to be clear here. TE has an insurance policy. We have an insurance policy that covers broadcast media, and it is very expensive. Like, I think we spend like 10 to 12 grand a year on insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to ring up my custom broker because a lot of the big brokers no longer... Ah! Hello, friends!
Hello, friends! It's been a few
friends.
years.
It's been a few years.
Sorry. Carry on.
These are good friends of ours.
Yes. Known them for 25 years.
Known them very well for a
Since I
long
was like
time.
3 years old.
Yes.
Anyway, liability.
One of those people has tanks, so don't.
Yeah, don't mess with her.
Don't mess with her. Yes, we have a friend who is a tank girl in real life. It's just adorable. And that's one of her favourite films, isn't it? Tank Girl was the film that she made me watch when we first met, I think.
I'd already seen it. So.
Yeah. Anyway.
I modelled myself on someone in Tank Girl.
So, where was I? Right, so we went in. This woman wanted to get us to leave, and then she insisted on seeing our insurance. So I had to write an email and call my broker and get an urgent certificate of insurance sent to them before they'd even let us unpack anything.
Because we don't carry it.
Because
you don't carry that with you.
well, no, I had a regular insurance policy on my phone, but they were like, no, you have to have our name on the insurance policy. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that you were an interested party.
No.
So we go in there. We can't do a tour.
Of it at all. Like, at all.
They don't have anything they can show us. And that was the whole premise of us going down, was to see their new battery development facility, which turns out is just an office.
Yes. Well, I think they had a lab, but the problem with the lab is it was part of the incubator, and you couldn't film anyone else, and they couldn't guarantee that nothing else from the other labs would be in shot. So they couldn't show us anything except for like this one bit of one cell that they could bring out and be like, yeah, look.
So then we went in and we had to film the entire interview in one room with the blinds pulled down.
So you can't see the
with
parking
the
lot.
minder in the room all the time, insisting that she must see the finished video before we publish it, and that we get them to approve it and their legal department to approve it, because they insisted that we needed to blur out anything that was visible through the shades in the window.
Yes,
lest anybody figure out where we were or what we were doing.
Yeah. It was wild. It was absolutely wild. And you were like, you were very polite. You were politely angry. You're very British angry.
But
like,
my contact was
short.
my contact, and I'm not going to name the company for libel reasons, but you can probably guess if I say that the company contact that I was working with was 2 or 3 hours ahead of GMT.
Mm-hmm.
So you can probably figure out which countries are on that meridian, on that particular line there. And it was...
It was an S show, is what it was. And the video that came out of it was probably the most boring video we've ever produced on the channel.
And we had to use subtitles because the person who we were interviewing had a particularly difficult to understand accent, and we had to keep rephrasing the question and starting and stopping the interview, and they waffled, and it was not fun. And Stefan says, I remember that video. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And you think about some of the other videos we've done recently. Same kind of vibe, honestly. Which, for me, I don't know about you, but I'm nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see a new battery, and I'm like, oh, I've got a prop. Did you know I've got a prop?
That's why you have them on your desk.
That's why I have mine. Oh, this is a new battery. Okay, what's special about this battery? Oh, what is it? What's inside it?
Yes.
How did you design it? How
Yes.
do you do thermal management and all that? No.
Well, that's it. I mean, that's often the case, is that what the person they wheel out is not an engineer, so you have someone who has like media talking points but doesn't appear to have been media trained,
Or you have an engineer who's very well versed, but there's a language barrier, and they have a script that they have been told they must stick to.
and they have their I want to say like supervisor, but a better word than that.
Their minder.
Their
From a
minder, that's the
distance.
word. Standing there going, no, you can't. No, you can't ask that. No, like then why did we come?
Me too. A very plain room. Yeah. When are you going to buy a lucid gravity?
I'll take you. You buy us one, and we'll have it then.
So
I'd be more inclined to buy whatever it was that was the Allegro shape. Wasn't that the Rivian?
I can't
I
remember.
think
Yeah,
the Rivian
So
R3 is an Allegro.
my goal right now with TE is to keep it going, and then
Yeah, let's do that.
that's my goal. I don't have any goals for buying cars, or I would like to tidy up my house. I mean, I joked about it earlier, but I would like to be able to tidy my house, and or not tidy so much as to declutter it. So we've got a downstairs music room, right? Our house is kind of open plan, sort of open plan.
I should bring my bass down at some point.
That'd be fun.
Sorry.
So
carry on.
So my house is weird. It's got one room which we're currently using as like the family room or the TV room plus a kind of a gym space for me. It's currently got a treadmill and two exercise bikes in it. So take that from what you. But if anyone wants to buy a Schwinn IC4, reach out because I've got one for sale now. I picked up a Peloton finally at the weekend, dirt cheap, and used some of my savings that had taken me 2 years to save up enough money to buy one. I only bought it for like $400, $500, so very good. I enjoyed that. Anyway, so that room is the one we spend a lot of time in the evening in. And then I have the music room, which is currently also the space where the battery for the Vectrix is, and the Carvera Air, and all of the chaos that is manufacturing right now down there. That was going to be the music room, but I had an idea about 6 weeks ago, and I said to my wife, can we put the music room into where the gym currently is, then move the gym to where the family space is, and then we make the kitchen, dining and living room all an open space. So we're going to do that.
I was going to say I'm not moving your piano again, but this time it's only on one floor, so all right.
Yeah, was Chrissy in that? Yeah, I think Chrissy was part of that move as well.
I can't remember.
We had to hump a piano up a stair, one stair at a time. Do you know what the really bad thing about that was?
I know how it came down.
It took like 8 lesbians and our dear friend John, who is frankly an honorary lesbian, to lift that piano up the stairs. And when I sold the piano, this big guy came. He must have been £350, maybe 400. He literally, and this is not I'm not joking. I said, do you have anything to take it downstairs? He said, oh yeah, I've got it. He pulls the piano bass end on its bass end first, so treble at the top, bass at the bottom, and then he bear hugs it down the stairs. He bear hugs a piano with a metal frame. It was a Yamaha CN01, a CN01 or something similar, down the stairs on his own, and lifts it into the back of a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter and drives off.
Show off. I mean, I like one of the few memories I have. Yes, we all remember it, all of us. Although I don't think I get to. Did you come and help us lift the cast iron bath up? Yeah, that was my payback. Was the cast iron bath up the stairs. But yeah, as a kid, my parents put a piano in my bedroom, and it was I still have it. It's an 1890s.
Yeah, your piano is about 20 years older than mine.
Yeah, it's got a note in it celebrating Victoria's Diamond Jubilee, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, my dad like stripped the piano down to the frame, and then like car jack at one end went up one step at a time with me and my mum helping, and my sister. So, piano moving.
Yeah, Zach says I'm a piano mover. I did 2 baby grands the other weekend. We don't do it that way. So the piano in question, it was a Yamaha C107N. Does that sound right?
I don't know.
It was a good piano in the 90s. It was one of the last. It was a Kemble made piano. It's before Yamaha started making pianos in China. So it was made in the UK by a company called Kemble. It was really good. It got me into music school. But then when I adopted my kids, I had to get rid of it. And then when we came here, I saw one for free online, and I had a chat with my wife about it. I'm like, free pianos are normally really bad. Can I go and look at it? And she said, sure. We went and looked at it, and I played it, and I was like, the action's really nice. I quite like it. And it is from Chicago. And the cool thing is, from Chicago in, like, I think it's 1910 or 1912.
Yeah.
Beautiful cabinet piano, looks terrible. The
Yeah,
wood
I
is
mean,
terrible.
mine's sad as anything.
Needs to be tuned. I need to get it tuned really before the winter, but I might wait until we move it. And we ended up spending about $600-700 getting it back to playing condition, and it's been really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, so just random piano facts like mine. One of the things that I really enjoyed about mine is I went to the local library in the city where I live, and I decided, because I realized they had a book of piano manufacturers, of Victorian piano manufacturers from around the world. I found the company that made mine, and you can look up the street address, and it's still like it's a piano factory.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not anymore, it's flats now. But
the thing I find amazing is that my piano came all the way from Chicago, probably on a train,
yeah,
to Portland. And a lot of pianos from that era, if you live on the East Coast,
yeah,
any piano before about 1930 must have been looked after really well in order for it to still be in good condition,
yeah,
because of the humidity and the moisture and everything else. Out west, temperature's been fairly well regulated, so
Yeah.
it's been in the Portland area all its life.
yeah.
So it's it was really good. Anyway, what is coming up other than the rebuilding Rebecca, which we talked about, and Kate needs help.
Yeah,
I mean, she needs help.
we've been saying that for a long time, but you know, specifically, Kate needs some suggestions. Kate is talking about herself in the third person. That's perfectly normal.
That's what the president does. Please don't do that.
So I'm going to don't ruin it for me. I've done that my entire life. He's just following me because I'm cool. He's not this cool. I need to. I have some thoughts about actually doing some more testing on it, because I kind of like I hit the. You will note the change in tone in the video.
Yes,
because
I watched it the other day.
Despite the fact it's the next day, I was still feeling. I'd managed to pull myself up from I hate the universe and everything in it to okay, I can learn from this, which is, you know, like I think it's really important to show when things go wrong, and I think it's really important to understand as a person that you learn more from your mistakes. That doesn't make it fun, and I am absolutely a perfectionist, and also I'm on YouTube, and so me screwing up on camera is like, oh, I hate everything.
Yeah, I feel the same, honestly.
Yeah, and I pulled myself back from that enough to make a video that I think is,
It's
you know,
good.
it's okay.
It's a good video.
But also, in pulling myself back from that and looking at the video, I was like, well, you didn't test this, Kate, and you didn't test this, and you should have done this. So I do have some things like I basically need to apply power directly to the board, probably first, and check some voltages in different places. But I also like need to disconnect the inverter that it's attached to and see if that's causing the problem. So there's a couple of things I can do. But if you have other suggestions, or anyone has like, this dumb girl needs a description of like, connect, look here, test this. If this is wrong, that's your problem.
Look, it still works, because iPhone is disabled. Connect to iTunes.
Yeah, so I need help with that. When you watch the video, you'll understand why.
And as a friend of ours, our friend John would say, scare it with test equipment.
Yeah.
It needs to be scared with test equipment.
Yeah.
So if you're local to the Pacific Northwest and you want to get down with a scope, did you put a scope on it?
No, because I don't know where to put a scope on it.
Right.
Because at the moment it has 0.003 volts where it should have plus. It's either +5 or +26.
Oh, that's not good.
And it actually is minus 0.003 volts. So I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah, no, that's not right. There is a new video. So also in the can. So these are in the can videos. Later today, I will be making a video responding to some wonderful, kind, and beautiful comments that people have been making on this channel in the comment section. Some people have some really weird ideas about how we should do things.
They have very specific ideas about how we
And
should do
I'm
things.
going to respond to them in as best a Queenie way as I possibly can, because I have discovered that if I channel Queenie Dearheart, that's actually as close as the real me as you're gonna get. Would you agree?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the you that you don't let out mostly.
It's because I'm too scared to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll do it. I won't do it in the voice, obviously. But I'll try and channel Queenie. And as a side, can we just share a moment for the wonderful late great Patricia Routledge, who passed away a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty sad.
Patricia Routledge was Hyacinth Bouquet, the lady of the house. Vi, would you like to do a Hyacinth impression? Hyacinth Bouquet.
Hyacinth? Oh god, I'm drawing a blank.
The Bouquet residence, lady of the house speaking.
I'm drawing a blank.
The Bouquet residence, the lady of the house speaking. So Queenie was basically inspired by Patricia Routledge's bonkers but very accurate, over the top characterization of that certain socialite group of people.
Yes.
And keeping up appearances was a common sight on my TV when I was growing up. And so Queenie Dearheart, my fursuit character, or my persona, I guess is what she really is, was inspired by Hyacinth Bouquet, but also inspired by real life lords and ladies I met who were a little bit lacking in common sense. Let's just leave it at that. Sometimes very genuine, wanting to be very kind, but lacking in common sense. So I'm going to be making that video, and then next week, what do we have next week? We've got your video.
Yeah, that's set
Monday.
for Monday at
Or
the
possibly
moment.
Wednesday,
Possibly
I don't know. And then we have an interview with Rimat's Technology, which I hadn't mentioned it to this point, but we did an interview with Rimat's Technology on their stand at IAA in Munich. It is the last of the videos from Munich. Then, what do we have over there? What's that? That is me driving a Sprinter.
Yes, I didn't get to drive the
An
Sprinter.
e-Sprinter, looking very fat. I do not like how I'm looking in that video. I have brainworms today. Don't. So the e-Sprinter. So that's going to be coming. Next week we have the car that I previewed earlier. Then I think we're going to have a week off. We've just been offered a new car, which I need to try and find room in our schedule before Vi kills me. And then we have a Trail Boss after that. And that noise is Ghost rolling around on the floor.
Okay.
Showing his belly off to the world.
Yes. Yes.
We are all Kate hissing at you. Oh, no, I don't like how I look. It is a problem of mine.
Which Smack, which Kia problem are we talking about? If it's a follow-up to did Kia ever replace my Soul's battery? No, they did not.
And you had trouble with your e-Niro as well.
And so what was I doing? Well, I can't remember. Oh, the charge door. I did fix the charge door, so there isn't a follow-up to that exactly, because the video was that it worked, and it has continued to work so far.
But you have another problem with your car.
Yeah. My Nero, the heated seat has stopped working.
And on the way back from LA, Vi turned to me and said, "Your headlights look a bit dim." I thought, well, that's a bit rude. So I turned the headlights off and then turned them back on, and they came on again. But it turns out that the driver side headlight on the Bolt is on its way out. I rang Bob's Chevrolet. I forgot that's what we called it.
Yeah.
I rang Bob's Chevrolet and explained the problem and said, how much would you charge me to do that? They didn't have a quote for the actual cost, but they gave me a quote for the part.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the headlight, because they said we didn't need to replace the ballast. Well, every person that I've read online who's written about this goes, if the Bolt EV's headlights die, they normally die after about 8 years. Our Bolt is 8 years old, so it's due for new headlight bulbs. They always say replace the ballasts because it's a complicated procedure and you have to remove the whole front of the car to do it.
Yay!
You have to take the bumper off, you have to take the grille off, you have to take the lights out of their housing, you have to take the ballasts out and replace it. And it's a day's job.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, I'll just ring up the dealership and ask them, thinking it's probably going to be a couple of thousand to replace a light bulb. And I'd already looked online and found the bulbs. The bulbs I can get for $83 for a set. And the ballasts are $260.
Mm-hmm.
Guess how much the shouty Bob Chevrolet wanted to charge us just the light bulbs? A set. You're never going to guess.
500?
Oh, that's actually really close.
Yeah.
$480.
Well, because I sent my car to get its aircon fixed, and it turned out that it needed a new condenser, and I was like, yeah, sure, fine, I'm going on vacation, please fix it. And they charged me $700, I think, for the condenser. And then when I got back, I looked online, and it's a like $80 part if you get a pattern one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would have had a pattern one.
So that's a video that needs to be made.
Yeah. So to answer your question about the Kia with the front off, the end of that video where I'm like, yay, it works, it has so far continued to work.
Yeah. The Bolt headlights are HID headlights, HID headlights. So the high intensity discharge, is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
So they have to have the ballast to step them up. And apparently the ballast goes, the headlights go. They are also CAN bus enabled, which makes it worse. What is the ballast? How do you explain that?
I don't explain that.
It's basically like a little circuit that boosts the voltage. I think that's how it works. I'll have to make sure I understand it properly myself, but it's that's what I understand.
I mean,
it to be.
the thing is that and I think this is another place where we really differ from a lot of channels, is that these are our cars.
Yeah.
We don't have cars that we buy to make videos about.
And that's actually one of the questions that I'm going to have to answer in the video that I'm making today.
Yeah, we have cars that are our family's cars and that we drive.
Tom says they're a starter circuit.
Yeah.
A buck converter.
And I like, a lot of people when they get to 5 years old, which is what my car is, will have traded it in.
And we have an 8-year-old Bolt.
And you have an 8-year-old Bolt. And our Soul is 10. This year is 10 years old.
And
this year.
My bike is going to be 20 in 2 years' time. And I wanted to ride it back to the factory it was made in. Ha, ha, ha. Effing ha. If America wasn't quite so scary, I would do it. But I'm not doing it.
But, yeah, like so other channels never get to see this bit of car ownership.
Actually, no.
That's not true for
Robert.
all channels.
Robert
does, and not Alex. Guy who had the Leaf, the ancient Leaf, really cheap Leaf, stuck it out in the cold for a night.
Nope.
It'll come to me, probably tomorrow. Anyway, but they buy them to make videos about.
And then when the videos are made,
they might get rid of them.
Bugger off.
But I'm like enduring my car is 5 years old and it's been value engineered to this point to last the period of time that you're paying for it, because most people will trade it in at that point and then it's not Kia's problem.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I kind of expect things to go wrong. It's just I'd like them to please be cheap things.
Thank you very much to Tom Bolt EUV, I think was what that just said, who just signed up as a Patreon.
Thank you very much.
Out of Spec, they do it. They do
Out of Spec.
Care of they have.
How is it?
Stuff.
Thank you.
It's Out of Spec. But yeah, I mean, we've someone will bring up, why don't you work with what's his name, who has the garage in Portland? Maybe we will. Maybe
Mhm.
that's how we do it. Depends on time. It's interesting to see that you old school when it comes to the maintenance of your EVs. Wherever possible, yes. One of the things I wanted to do to my wife's EV was add a lift, like an electronic lift in the rear, because I think it would be just kind of fun,
Oh,
curious
yeah.
from a accessibility point of view.
Yeah.
I also want to add a sensor on the truck, because the number of times we go out and wave our feet underneath, and you have to remember, she lives not in a city either.
Don't be rude.
We've had
She's
this
so
conversation
rude.
earlier. Kate doesn't really live in a city. She lives in a suburban area, which is attached to a city.
It is a city, and I live in the city. She's just obnoxious.
It doesn't feel like a city.
She's just salty because she bought a brown car.
Oh, that comes. The colour is rose taupe.
Yeah, it is. It is the difference between buying a hoopty and living with one.
Yeah, and you know, same thing with other stuff. We try and do other stuff. Yeah, the difference between buying a Humpty and living with one. Yep. And we are. So I live out in the country, and I have animals, and I have a driveway that gets muddy, and you know, I'm like, it's one thing putting your stuff down if it's dry in the summer, and then putting them in the car, but I very often try not to put things down even when it's dry, because you end up getting dust or there's chicken poo on the floor or whatever.
Yeah.
Without going too much TMI. So having an automatic front opener would be quite useful. Frunk opener, that was the word I was looking for.
Yes. I mean,
automatic front opener.
She'll be back in a bit. She'll fix herself. It's all right. Yeah, and actually, like I've actually thought about doing that for the Nero as well, because it has old school gas lifts, and mostly I actually prefer having gas lifts because they don't go wrong. Yeah. But, or at least when they go wrong in the like, oh, the lift is only going halfway up, which actually it did under warranty, because apparently they didn't fill them enough.
The reason why I'm thinking about it is because the gas struts on my wife's boat are getting old.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but the problem is it's cost. It's quite expensive, so I probably won't do it.
Actually, I can't remember if that was warranty or... I think actually no. I think I just replaced them.
This is my next project. That car... I know I mentioned it earlier, but I've got my Carvera Air running now, and I'm really happy about it. I also have to do the the F-150 Lightning shifter mod, which is sitting on my desk awaiting stuff. So we have probably about 2 months worth of content. And that doesn't include the 5 car reviews that are there to be edited that Vi's pulling hair out about right now.
And actually, that is a good hairstyle. That is a good hairstyle.
Up over the headphones.
Yeah, it's like...
we're gonna get killed later.
Yeah. Only if I
have you all discussed the road trip? Yeah, we've got to do the road trip. Was that 2 days each way in Bolt? Yeah. So we did. So first day we did 12 hours driving, and it was 600 and some miles, and then the next day was like 400.
Put it on screen. Or not. You were talking about the pop. That way. There you go. That's what's on my t-shirt.
She wore that on camera. SMH, as my daughter would say.
SMDH.
So the Bolt road trip is going to be... The Bolt road trip, sorry, is going to be 2 videos. I think we're going to do 1 video down and then 1 video back. That's been filmed, but not edited. You okay?
I don't know what's going on over there.
Gay. Yes, we are.
That is true. You are correct.
Wow. I thought I was convincing.
I mean, I think I look extremely straight.
Yeah, and I don't know if that was because gay and based. Thank you. I always because okay, we're not allowed to mention that we are the queer. No. We're not allowed to mention that we have the wives.
No.
1 each, obviously.
Yes, I don't have a collection. Little box.
we are not we're not allowed to mention that we are gay and we are married to women, respectively, different women.
Yeah, I'm not married to her. Jesus Christ, no.
God, no, thank you.
It would be a very short-lived channel. It would just be blood everywhere.
And I'm not allowed to say that I have kids because people go, but you are gay. You cannot have children. You are gay. I'm like, darling.
Sweetheart.
There's this thing called adoption.
Well, and like I know people who are lesbians and have had babies, and you know, it's technically possible. I'm just not going to explain it right now.
Yeah. Yes. Hello, baby. Are you a good girl?
Yes, I mean,
me.
Anonymous Freak, you saw, I don't know if you saw, but, you know, I do have a flawless American accent that I can bring out at a moment's notice.
Yeah. Oh, careful. So yeah, we're not allowed to mention that. What other things are we not allowed to mention?
The big T.
Oh yeah,
Can't
we're not allowed
mention
to
that.
mention them. So I've got to give you a what Zach just said there, right?
Shouldn't mention EVs.
So my mum, bearing in mind, my mum is a Canadian who moved to. What the heck's going on, Ghost?
You seem to be disappointed.
All right, Ghost. Come here. We're finished.
Is this yours?
Come here. Oh, I think I know what happens. Excuse me.
Yes, Mum.
Ghost.
Yes, Mum.
I need you to go and chill out. Go on. Off you go. They've been told to leave. Now we'll get them scraping on the door. So what happened was, I think, Ghost was pestering Vi and putting a toy on Vi, and Vi locked the toy away.
Oh.
And Ghost tried to get it back.
Ah, I see.
So we will finish this shortly.
Yes.
But I've got to tell you the AI joke. All right. So my mum grew up in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
My mum was an army brat, right? Moved to the UK as in her pre-teens, right? From that point onwards, lived in the country, married my dad when she was I think she was 18 when she got married. Spent the rest of her life on a farm.
Yeah.
And so the term AI, if you are in a dairy farm world, is
got a specific meaning.
Is artificial insemination.
Yes.
And my mum, bless her, she's, in her late 70s.
Oh, bless.
And every time someone mentions AI, she goes, what's artificial insemination got to do with computers?
Oh.
I love my mum so much.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna say goodbye to everyone. Please support the channel. From just $1.50 a month, it helps. And we've got some great content coming. We've got some great videos coming. Kate wrote a cracking script for something that I really want to make, but we don't have time to do it yet. So
that one's expensive.
Join up on Patreon.
You know how one of the tarts in this room writes scripts where then they need
stand in front of a camera and just make it.
Costumes and props and location. Yeah. Someone in this room said to someone else in this room, could you write this? And so they did. And now, have a good one, you lovely people. Stay safe and look after yourselves. You too, dear friends. You too. We should
give each other a hug. Yeah, we haven't spoken to these wonderful people for too long. So yeah, support the channel. If we can increase our Patreon support to a sensible level, one where I might actually be able to pay myself,
that'd be nice.
It would also be possible for us to do these videos.
Yes.
Also, read my tits. I mean, you know what I mean. Don't let them grind you down.
Yes.
And if you are going this weekend to be part of protests, be safe, be smart. Do not be intentionally provocative. Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself arrested.
Don't put your name on a list if you haven't already. Just don't go.
Yeah, but
don't sign up.
Yeah, there's a lot of protests across the US right now where they're going, well, give us your Facebook ID. And I'm like, no.
Yes.
I'm just going to turn up. That's all right with you?
Yeah.
That's an angry dog.
Someone is not playing.
That's angry. That's an angry ghost. Ride a bike naked. Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
'Cause-
I did see some footage of a charming bike ride.
Although most of the people were in fact clothed and wearing ponchos.
Yeah.
Because it was horrible at the weekend.
It did look horrendous.
And if you're going up into the mountains this weekend, make sure that you are smart because they're looking at 10 inches of snow in the Cascades this weekend.
Yeah. Don't do that.
No, it's perfect snow. I mean,
yeah, I mean it's good if you're doing that, but like, careful.
Yeah.
Be careful.
And thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep
Keep
evolving.
evolving.
They're gonna hit the button now. Finding where it two phases. Slide it up. Board wheel.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Keep evolving.